Hi YouTubers, it's video right now, so something important. So it's really tobacco right now. So today's tobacco is a big ass cigar, so not a problem for the last damn time because of bullshit. So bullshit is bullshit. So anyway, talk about basically right now why you don't want pipe tobacco to be too wet. And the answer is because it won't smoke well. So you have pipe tobacco, nice big ass pipe tobacco like a big ass cigar, and obviously when it's too wet, it doesn't smoke well. I know this from first-hand experience. So obviously when a pipe tobacco is too wet, like aromatic, for example, like a cherry, vanilla, watermelon aromatic, back when flavored tobacco was legal in Massachusetts, and obviously it's not legal now because the governor's, bullshit ban, his fucking bullshit ban, but enough talking about that kind of shit, basically, yeah, back when flavored tobacco was legal, I remember a lot of times I get like an aromatic, and it'd be too goopy and too wet. And obviously, you don't want to smoke tobacco that's too goopy and wet because the more goopy and wet that it is, it won't light on fire easily, it won't catch on fire easily. Because think about it, obviously, it has to be somewhat dry, not too dry, not bone dry, but it has to be somewhat dry, to catch on fire because you are technically, lighting a plant on fire. So, wet tobacco really sucks because it's like, yeah, very hard to smoke, very hard to light, and they're also very hard to keep lit. Same thing with some English tobaccos, English tobaccos, Latakia-based tobaccos, also, Virginias. They can be very hard to light. So always you want to, when you get your tin tobacco, you always want to let it dry out because you always want to let it dry out, for a few, at least several minutes. I mean, I would say at least, a bare minimum of 25 to 30 minutes. And believe me, letting a, Virginia or Latakia-based tobacco, English tobacco, dry out for like, 30 minutes, it's not going to become bone dry. It's not going to be like, dry as a motherfucker, it's not going to be like that kind of shit, so as in bullshit's bullshit, probably you don't want to let it dry out for like, a day or two, unless it's really, really wet. Like, for example, the Samuel Gawith tobaccos, those are way too fucking wet. I can never smoke those tobaccos. Like Full Virginia Flake, I've tried to smoke that at least a couple times, and it's just terrible, way too fucking wet. It's like somebody fucking pissed in it, somebody took their pecker out and pissed in it, and it's like, nasty. So, but the whole point is, you want your tobacco to be somewhat dry and somewhat wet. The moisture will keep the flavor, but you also want it to be somewhat dry in order for it to catch fire, for it to be able to burn properly. So anyway, that's about it. So pretty fucking cool. Bye.